Imagine these pages not as passive ink and paper, but as living records of a life rooted in soil and spirit. They do not contain a distant fable, but the true story of a woman whose faith and courage transformed communities and land alike. This is the life of Sister Dorothy Stang, a sister of Notre de Namur, whose journey carried her from a small Ohio town to the heart of Brazil's Amazon rainforest. A story that, like a seed planted in rich earth, continues to grow long after its final chapter. Before towering green canopies and struggles against injustice, Dorothy was Dot in Shiloh, Ohio, born in 1931 to a family of 8 children. The Stangs tended neat rows of vegetables, anchored by Sunday Mass and shared prayers. Dorothy loved the garden most. Her father often remarked that nobody took more delight in helping than Dot.
Her family was a large family, but they all helped one another, and they were a very giving community.
By baking pies for hungry neighbors, she declared, "It's not right to let them go without food." Such small kindnesses hinted at the greater mission awaiting her far beyond Shiloh's fields. At Julienne High School in Dayton, taught by the Sisters of Notre de Namur, Dorothy encountered women of deep faith and unwavering purpose.
She had a lot of friends, yes. She loved sports, she loved dancing, she loved to go out. Very outgoing and a happy person.
Inspired, she joined their congregation, longing to serve beyond America's borders.
Dot was a very active, happy young girl, and that she was very dedicated to whatever she did, and was one who would get into some kind of trouble if she really felt she wanted to.
Though she once wrote, "I want to work in China. Those people need us." Political realities barred that path. Instead, she honed her teaching in Chicago and Arizona, where she supported migrant families, organized clothing drives, and learned the quiet power of building community. Her leadership and dedication were soon recognized. In 1963, Sister Dorothy became principal of Holy Trinity School, a role in which she continued to blend education with her growing passion for advocacy. Yet, something deeper was still calling her, a sense that a greater purpose was just around the corner. In 1966, Dorothy answered a call that would shape the rest of her life. She flew to Brazil with 4 other sisters, entering a world both breathtaking and broken. Soon she was teaching in small towns, meeting families trapped in grinding poverty, facing a repressive dictatorship that deemed advocates of the poor disruptive.
She wanted to work with the poorest of the poor. I replied, "So you want to work out there on the road that crosses Amazonia? I warn you, you will not be able to bear it." She replied, "At least let me try."
Amid oppressive forces and precarious livelihoods, Dorothy's ministry evolved. She recognized early that justice could not be separated from ecology. Decades before Pope Francis's Laudato Si, she lived the principles of integral ecology.
Words like integral ecology, our common home, were part of what Dorothy lived all of the years that she actually was on this land.
Dorothy walked alongside families lured into the trans-Amazonian region by government promises of new land. They discovered instead a harsh frontier, where powerful ranchers and loggers devoured the rainforest. Dorothy taught sustainable farming, helped train teachers, and uplifted women entrepreneurs. In doing so, she ensured people would not only survive, but learn how to protect their fragile environment.
She spoke in such an impassioned, gentle but powerful way about the situation, and using words like the people being murdered or persecuted, the forests being destroyed and persecuted, as if it was a living thing, which was obviously very in line with her philosophy.
Brazil has about 30% of the world's biodiversity. And so can you imagine when somebody chops down a tremendous area that burns for 10 days, and we've lost forever all that biodiversity that took thousands of years for all of this plant life to originate and to develop. Why is it only that we humans have a right to live and the animals have no place to go?
Dorothy established this village as a chance for them to settle, to gain a little security, and at the same time protect the forest from the logging companies. It is a hopeful project for the Amazon, but one with many enemies.
With her gentleness, her simplicity, and her friendship, she won us over and brought us the good news. She began to make us understand that we had everything we needed in order to transform this Amazon into a pleasant place to live. Dorothy was aware of the danger she was in, but she never stopped.
She had the willpower to take on this mission right to the very end.
On February 12, 2005, the threats became reality. 2 hired gunmen confronted Dorothy on a rural road. She opened her Bible and began reading aloud the Beatitudes. "Blessed are the peacemakers," before bullets silenced her voice. She was 73 years old. Her blood soaked into the soil she had so valiantly defended.
She didn't deserve to die that way. She had never hurt anyone. We cried a lot.
Dorothy is still present in our lives. She left a huge vacuum, but she also left great strength.
Her death galvanized international attention.
Sister Dorothy's selfless way of life brought comfort and hope to an area of the world wrought with corruption and despair,
securing some land protections and igniting fresh resolve in defenders of human rights and the environment. Dorothy's story reached beyond Brazilian borders, inspiring people everywhere to recognize the indivisible bond between humanity and creation.
From the time that human beings were created, God told us to take care of the earth.
Small people doing small things in small places to great things.
In 2008, Dorothy was posthumously honored with the United Nations Prize in the field of human rights, a testament to the global impact of her work. At Notre de Namur University in Belmont, California, Dorothy's legacy was celebrated for many years. The university established the Sister Dorothy Stang Center for Social Justice and Community Engagement in her honor. The center inspired new generations to care for the earth and its people before closing as part of the university's restructuring. On January 10, 2025, she was recognized with a permanent memorial at the Basilica of St. Bartholomew on Tiber Island in Rome, the first woman from the United States to be so honored.
Today we praise you for the gifts of the Spirit you bestowed on Sister Dorothy, in whose honor we bless these relics. May we follow in the footsteps of the Lord, keeping before us the example of Dorothy. May the Spirit of the Lord be upon you, enabling you to go out to the world to bring the good news and to be examples of Sister Dorothy to all the world.
Most enduring is the unity she championed.
We will come together and love one another. This phrase stayed with us. It has stayed in my heart.
Her words remain a beacon. As these pages close, remember that Dorothy was never truly laid to rest. She was planted. From that planting grows a legacy of courage and compassion, one that continues to sprout in classrooms, communities, and conservation efforts around the world. Her witness endures in every seed of justice sown, every voice raised for the voiceless, and every hand tending the earth with reverence.